because I have a story where it went the opposite way.
Okay, what happened?
So I was living in an apartment in, where was it technically, Gramercy, right? It's like 23rd and 3rd.
Gramercy?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh.
One of our old mutual friends, Alton, someone we knew, a class of fellow actor.
I don't know.
Really, really amazing. Did the greatest James Bond impression.
I never met him, so I don't know.
He should have been on SNL.
I don't know him.
Anyway, he hooks me up with this friend of his because I had a really bad living situation and I had to pack up my shit and leave. It's a long story from Hoboken. So I land in this spot. It's like $825 of this enormous room. It's a duplex.
What a dream.
I have like a, it's like a stabilized unit with an elevator. It's one of those huge kind of like cross-shaped residential buildings in New York. You know how like a few of those, it's almost like it was a project and then became like nice housing.
Yeah.
And people who stayed in there long enough still have a place. So I'm in this 2-bedroom. And the guy I'm living with, I was too young to really recognize the signs, but he was not all there. He was not all healthy. Okay. Right. Anyway, he has a cousin up in the Bronx, and she, did some illegal things to make some money. Right. She was selling some illegal things to make money, and she was trying to get out because her business partner got shot and killed. So she was in a court case, and she was trying to hide from her neighborhood in the Bronx. So she was couch crashing, basically, while she was going through this. This beautiful lesbian girl, like should have been a Calvin Klein model, like she, like white tee. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely stunningly beautiful. One of the sweetest people I've ever met. She has her head on her shoulders, right? Okay. She's a grounded individual. Long story short, my roommate would disappear for days.
The one who's not quite together.
Disappear for days. Okay. And his brother would call me and be like, hey, yo, where's so-and-so? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not his parent. I just pay rent. I'm just trying to get by. I'm like waiting tables to get by, And he would disappear because he had syphilis in his brain. And so he would go kind of cuckoo and have seizures.
Why didn't you get it treated? You can get syphilis treated.
You can, but when you don't take your medication, you seize. And then you walk around the city like you're a homeless person.
Well, you must have had it for a long time because syphilis you treat with antibiotics.
Yeah, okay, so maybe it wasn't syphilis.
It can't have been, that's not syphilis. You take like I don't know what the dosage is, but you take medicine, you can treat it. It's curable.
Is it?
Yes.
Is syphilis curable?
Absolutely.
I thought that was one that you couldn't. Okay, so maybe I'm mixing up. Point being,
curable.
He would seize and walk around New York City, very unwell, and people would think he's like homeless and mentally insane.
Yeah.
But he's just having seizures, and so he's not all there anyway. So there was this record of this going on, right? So one night I'm sleeping, right? One night I'm asleep, and this cousin, I'm gonna call her Jane, right? We'll just call her Jane.
Yeah.
Jane wakes me up in my bed. I'm sleeping, and she's like, "Wake up, wake up!" And I wake up, and there's smoke everywhere. The whole room is filled with smoke. She's like, there's a fire, there's a fire. I'm like, oh my God. I wake up, I roll out of bed, I'm going downstairs, I smell something burning really, really badly. It's like maybe 2 a.m. It's probably like July 5th, maybe July 4th. And I go down and we open up the oven and he left chicken in the oven.
Oh no.
Right? So the chicken lit on fire and caused this huge fire. Jane goes and calls every person in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it felt like she called every single FDNY station, every single police officer, every single ambulance, because by the time she told me she called and I'm putting out the fire, I go outside on the balcony and the whole building just gets pincer moved by like sirens. It's
what? Can I just to interrupt real quick? When you phone for that kind of stuff, they send a lot of vehicles.
They send a lot.
Like when I told you about the car explosion last week, they sent about 17 ambulances and fire engines. They couldn't fit down the street. I was like, this is a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, they sent a lot of cars.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And the messed up part is they can't take the elevator. So they had to lug all of their equipment.
And they're in heavy outfits too.
And they're in heavy outfits and it was like July 4th or 5th. So they were like really bad. So we get up, Jane and I open the door. We explain to them what's going on. Jane is like, look, my cousin needs help. Like he needs help, he's not all there. He's putting himself in danger. And I kid you not, because of the way Jane dresses and because of where she came from, the cops turned on her.
Yeah. I mean,
they started siding with my roommate.
There's a huge problem. Yeah.
Because he was kind of like more Anglo-Saxonized, right? But Jane was not. So all of a sudden,
you could say it. He was more white than she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge problem. It's awful.
Blue eyes, lighter skin, right?
Absolutely.
Blue eyes, whiter skin, black man, right? So Jane starts getting pushed into the corner by two cops with their hands on their guns. She called them.
Yeah.
She called them.
I was thinking actually when I started telling my story and you were like, it's good they didn't cause trouble. I was like, I'm a white girl. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like these laws.
Fucked up, but it's true.
these laws are here for everybody, right? And you know, like it might be okay occasionally when you know to let a cop in and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, where's the balance in the courtship here?
Of course,
you know. And so I always get worried because I see those kinds of rights go flying out the window, and I think about people that you know, maybe don't have the privileges that I do. If they were put in that situation, would it be the same? Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. You know, but that's why we have to have warrants. That's why we have to have those things.
Agreed.